This is how to turn a broken, useless flat screen TV into this beautiful lamp. So let's start. Okay, the first thing we need to do is to remove the plastic from the back. You will just need a screwdriver to remove all the screws. To avoid losing the screws, I'm using a screw catcher that I made by simply sticking a piece of metal on top of some magnets. We can remove the power cord, and there is a simple way to unplug it, so it will not be damaged and we can still use it. By the way, this TV was completely broken beyond repair, because it fell down and the screen was completely shattered. And now we finally get to see the inside. Okay, we can remove all the boards. The one that I am removing now is the power board. You can recognize it because usually it's brown and is the place where the power cord was attached. To stay safe, avoid touching any capacitor with anything, because they can contain still some energy inside and you can get shocked. In this case, the TV was turned off since probably 1 year, so there is no problem of residual energy. This is one of the control boards that we don't need, so I'm removing it. When possible, I always try to unplug the cables instead of breaking them, just because maybe I can need it for some future projects or whatever. No need to break everything down. All the parts that I'm removing in this video will be divided and sent to recycle accordingly. You know, plastic with plastic, metal with metal, electronic boards in a special bin, and so on. What I'm removing now are the speakers of the TV. And since this TV had good audio, I think I will use this again in a future project. Let's see. They were working just fine, so no need to throw them away. Okay, so now we can turn it upside down and start to remove the frame. As you can see on the right of the screen, there is a white mark. That's where it was broken. I think it fell down hitting something hard. That's it. Anyway, we don't need the screen, we need what's underneath it. That's why for this project you should use only a broken TV with the screen completely smashed. This project is a way to reuse trash, not to produce more of it. So we finally remove all the frame and it's time to get to the important parts. This one that I am removing now is a diffusion sheet and it's used to spread the light more evenly. Now this layer is probably the most important. It's called Fresnel lens, from the name of the French guy who invented it. I have always said Fresnel. Anyway, this layer amplifies the light and gives the illusion of a deeper picture in your TV. And now the next layer, that will be another diffusion layer. I'm putting all the layers on top of a flat surface and in the correct order to remember how to put them back. And now there is a special acrylic panel. It looks like there is a lot of dots on top of it, and you can even feel it. These dots are actually prisms that reflect light and spread it into the center of the TV. The bottom layer is just a piece of white plastic to reflect from the back. And once I removed it, I realized two important things. First of all, this TV was kinda new, so it has a good illumination system. It has 4 full rows of LEDs on all the sides. So instead of using an LED stripe, I've decided to just keep the built-in LEDs and use them. If you're using an older television, you should consider just removing the backlights and just go for one of those cheap LED stripes that you can buy online. Also, the second thing I realized is that it was getting darker. So I had to put on pause the project until the next day. So yeah, I'm just putting everything back. In order to use the built-in LEDs, we need a power source. So to get the correct voltage, I decided to reuse its own power board. So I connected it again here to the LEDs and here to the power cord. Luckily, I didn't break any of the cables or plugs, and so it was very easy to plug back the power card and use it. So now let's see if it works. And boom! It gives a nice violet light. I was lucky to get it to work on the first try. Other TVs may require more work in order to use the built-in LEDs. In that case, just buy an LED strip and use it. So let's get back to work. Since we are using the built-in power supply, we are dealing with 220 volts. So I decided, for safety reasons, to put back the original frame in order to make it insulated and to avoid any risk of shocks. Otherwise, if you are using LED strips, you can use any kind of frame or even go frameless, because you are playing with 12 volts, so it's not dangerous at all. But yeah, when dealing with high voltage, it's always better to be safe than sorry. So yeah, I'm putting back all the screws. And here is how it looks. Nice, huh? But we need the final touch. Not a Samsung anymore. Now it's Wandering Doggo Productions. So now it's time for the final test. And here we are. Boom! I like this purple effect, but I think it's given by the built-in LEDs. Since I have another broken television, next time I will try using the LED strips to see the difference. This video was inspired by the channel DIY Perks. You should follow this guy, he's amazing. And so, if you reached so far, thank you for watching, and don't forget to put a like on this video and to subscribe to my channel. I am the Wandering Doggo. Peace.